Hi, welcome back to Girl Talk. We're here with Dr.Marcia Schaefer from Spring Creek Family Chiropractic in Lodi. Today we're going to be talking about thyroid health. So this is something that I am, honest in saying I do not know a lot about. What is the biggest misconceptions with thyroid disease?
The biggest misconception is definitely that just because your labs are normal, you feel or you're supposed to be okay. Even the full thyroid panel only measures about 15% of your total thyroid function and does nothing to deal with any of the underlying organs or issues that might be causing thyroid problems.
Sure.
How did you become so knowledgeable in the thyroid issue?
In 2010, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer that had spread to my lymph nodes in my lung. And when I was so confused because all of my labs, numerous times, were completely normal. And when that happens, of course, the next question is, well, why is this happening? Why shouldn't it show in the labs? I'm a researcher. My entire family comes from medicine, so of course, being in the chiropractic field, I better understand what I stand for. And so I started researching and understanding the secondary cancers to conventional thyroid cancer treatment is leukemia and lung cancer. With a 3-month-old child, that was not an option for me. So of course the research starts, and just 6 months after I had started the protocol that I chose for myself, they couldn't find any cancer in my system. So it's been 3 years this month that I've been cancer-free.
Amazing.
Wow. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Yeah.
How does the liver come into play with thyroid health?
The liver is huge for thyroid health. 70% of the conversion, there's two different chemicals. There's T3 and T4. T4 is inactive, it can't be used by the body, T3 can.
These are things that are produced by
the thyroid,
Yep.
correct,
Okay.
yep. And the liver has to convert that from T4 to T3. So 70 to 80% of that conversion happens in the liver. So you could have normal thyroid labs and it's actually not being converted properly, so of course you're still going to not be able to lose weight. You're going to be tired. You're going to have all these thyroid issues, and it's just because your liver is actually not functioning properly, not the actual thyroid.
Wow, fascinating. So can thyroid disease mimic any other kind of symptoms or something wrong going on inside your body?
Absolutely. A lot of people confuse adrenal fatigue, which the adrenal glands sit on the kidneys. They're kind of like, I call them Santa hats. They sit on top of the kidneys, and they're responsible for your adrenaline, your cortisol, all your stress hormones that get pumped out. That can mimic low thyroid function. So because the thyroid is responsible for your metabolism, it's responsible for how your body burns fat, burns protein, burns everything. If people start to treat their thyroid thinking that it's a thyroid problem, but it's actually an adrenal problem, they're going to further burn out, get more fatigued, get more tired, and not have these things. So it's really important to understand the difference between the two and have a practitioner who understands the two. One really easy way to tell the difference, if you take your temperature throughout the day, if you've got a chronic low temperature, it's likely that it's a thyroid issue. If you've got up and down temperatures, it's likely an adrenal issue.
Well, it sounds like if there's any question, they should come see you.
I know a little bit about it.
Just a little?
Yeah, there's a lot that's connected to thyroid issues. Is fertility in your thyroid? Does that have a connection?
Absolutely, that is my specialty. I actually am the drug-free option in this area. If you want to try to work on fertility, if you've been struggling, that's what I mainly focus on. It's important to understand that if you've got low thyroid function, you've actually got high estrogen. So, they say BPA and they say all these other things cause estrogen dominance, which is not good for us. But then there's all these people putting on progesterone creams and all these different creams. You're not deficient in progesterone cream, I promise you.
Okay.
So it's that estrogen problem or estrogen issue that needs to get balanced, and fertility and thyroid function are just one and the same. Very, very important.
So you mentioned natural treatments. What do you do to help a thyroid issue, whether it's hypo or hyper?
So as a chiropractor, I'm trained to understand balance in the body. I want the homeostasis. I want the body to be functioning. Just because there's a I always tell my practice members, if you step on a dog's tail and the bark comes out the mouth, do you do surgery to remove the mouth? Do you use duct tape to take the mouth, or do you take your foot off the tail? I get to determine where that tail is being stepped on in the body, and we get to actually figure out the root cause of the problem. So a lot of thyroid disorders do clear up really well.
Maybe you could cover some of the symptoms that might help people maybe question whether this is an issue for them.
Right, so there's obviously, as you said, there's the hypo and the hyper. So there's the two, basically low and high, and they're polar opposites. Hypothyroid, so low thyroid, you're going to be tired all the time, brittle hair, brittle nails, can't lose weight, sleep all the time. And hyperthyroid, you're going to have heart palpitations, which they give you blood pressure medications to stop the palpitations, which biggest Band-Aid you could imagine, but it's basically your go, go, go. Maybe you can't gain weight and you have a lot of problems like that. And then of course, there's Hashimoto's, which is a whole nother topic.
Thank
Love
you
to have
so
you back.
much, Dr. Schaefer. I can't wait to see you again and learn more.
Thank you.
Thanks for catching Girl Talk, and please stay tuned.